And I will invite everyone now. Sorry, your music is maybe too loud. We can't hear you, even though your mouth is moving.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, now we can't hear you anymore.
Hello?
Okay.
Yasu.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
It's already 6:02.
Can hear you now. That's right.
We heard you typing. Pastor Kino, would you be able to lead us in the beginning portion?
Okay. Yeah, please open the welcoming. Oh, it's already there? Everybody there?
Yes.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let's start our Cheon Shim on prayer vigil. So let's greet to the parents. 전진 참포님 앞에 경배. 바로 let's recite family pledge. Family pledge number 7. 7. 전국 주인 우리 가정은 참 살아온 중심하고 교통과 연결된 의하는 세하를 더하여 지부dom나 세계를 완성하는 것을 맹세하나이다. Our family, the honor of Cheon good, praise through Gaga, to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. Okay. Thank you. I'd like to ask the prayer from Reverend Popan. Can you do the opening prayer, please?
I'll be happy to. Please join me in prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent, our Father, Mother God, we thank you so much for this morning, for this Chanukuk prayer condition and vigil. I pray that as we join together, that we can be joined together in heart and mind, and that we can listen to the words of our true mother, glean from them the lessons that are meant to be understood so that we may emulate the same kind of love, compassion, truth, and tenacity, the same kind of truth that has been expressed by our true parents since they have begun their work. Father, we want to be able to transform this world, restore it back to the original ideal, the ideal that you had from the beginning of time when you put your son and daughter into the garden. Father, you had such a great hope, and we continue to have that hope. We pray that as we listen, as we offer our prayers, as we share together, that we could be coming closer to that original ideal. Please guide us in everything that we do. May we just give our heart so that we may comfort you and comfort our true parents. Please be with our true parents, with all of our leadership, with all brothers and sisters, and especially those who have not yet come to our true parents, that they might be led to understand your heart at this time. I offer this prayer humbly and sincerely, upholding the name of our true parents and in our names as blessed central families. Adieu.
Okay, let's read. Are you back?
I wonder if I'm back. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello. Okay. Well, yeah, I had to switch out microphones, but let's start with some morning exercise. Everyone, let's take a deep breath in. Out. In. Out. One last time. In. Out. All right, let's reach out to the skies. Now reach out to the sides. Let's go in front of you. And now put your hands on your waist and lean backwards. Okay, now just cross your arms around your chest. Let's turn sideways to the left. And then turn the other way. Okay, tilt your neck one side to your left, and then to your right. Give it a full rotation. And switch. Okay, just rotate your shoulders forward and backwards. Shake it all off, shake it all off. Give your wrists some rotations. We're typing all day. Okay. So let's take the next few minutes to discuss and share anything that comes up in your mind as something to be grateful for. Share anything that you're grateful for. We'll be back here to have a share with everyone else. See you all soon. Hi, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful sharing your breakout. I'd like to call on, I had a nice intimate time with the Iwamotos. I'd like to call them to share with us their gratitude.
Hi. Good morning, brothers, sisters. Yes, yeah. My gratitude is every morning with my wife and take walk Father's Trail in UTS. And we continue over 3 years before the morning devotion. So today also I'm enjoy the nature and fresh air. And then we will continue until UTS. I hope we can continue to forever. We'll live in Red Hook. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm grateful. Best friend and Hannah's Happy New Life yesterday, and I saw during the breakout session the Hannah also, and I'm grateful for joining this morning Vigil and connect to the Cheon in Korea. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Iwamotos. They said they'd been walking on Father's Trail for about 3 to 5 years every single day. So that was amazing to hear. Yep, hopefully that can continue. But with that, we're going to go into our morning, our Cheon prayer vigil. To learn more about our true mother, let's read Mother's memoir.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Alison Hiroto. In the autumn of 2018, we held a rally of hope at the Shim Peace World Center, an arena with a capacity of 20,000 located in our HJ Chonwon complex, east of Seoul. During a member's testimony session, Keiko Kobayashi, a Japanese wife living in Korea's South Jeolla province, with a Korean husband, came to the podium to share her heart. In 1998, she said, while living a comfortable life as a public official in Japan, she applied for the matching and was matched and then blessed in a marriage to a Korean man. She moved to Korea, expecting that they would live happily as newlyweds. However, her hopes for happiness were dashed because her husband suffered from epilepsy. Although he was usually calm, when under stress, he was prone to epileptic fits. He grew lethargic and became indifferent about life in general. Nothing could inspire him. Keiko thought seriously about ending the marriage and returning to Japan. But first, she decided to put her mind at ease by traveling to our Chongpyeong training center to offer a week of prayer and devotions before making her final decision. She had already had many good experiences at this center, participating in workshops with hundreds of members from Korea, Japan, and around the world. For several days, she clung to God, prayed to Him, and turned her ears toward heaven. God heard her prayer and spoke to her. "My beloved daughter, just as I love you as my daughter, I love your husband as my son. Can you not take care of him on my behalf, as my poor son whose body is weak and who is living in loneliness?" Hearing this, she said she broke down in tears of repentance and sincerely asked God for forgiveness. She returned home, opened her heart to her husband, and learned to love him. Soon thereafter, God rewarded her by giving them a lovely son, and changes began taking place in her husband. His health improved, he was able to get a job, and the family stabilized. Now they are living happily together, raising 5 sons and daughters. This is what Keiko shared with the audience. A few days after that rally, I convened a meeting at Chongpyeong with more than 4,000 Japanese wives of Korean husbands. They had gathered from all parts of Korea. I gave small presents to those among them who, as luck would have it, had their birthday on that day. I asked them if they had ever received a birthday gift from their husbands. Most of them answered that they did not celebrate birthdays at all because they were too busy with the strenuous task of making a living in rural areas. Yet, not one of them was discontented. They testified that their lives were dedicated to God's will, and that when they face difficulties, their bond with true parents strengthens them. I treasure these women all the more because they endured and sacrificed themselves as representatives of their nation. They gathered in Seoul in 2019 to pay respects to the spirit of Ryu Gwan-sun, a girl of 18 who, in 1920, gave her life as a martyr in protest of the Japanese occupation of Korea. Our Japanese sisters gathered in their kimonos to pray for this young woman martyr for independence and to ask forgiveness on behalf of Japan. Happiness does not come to us when we have everything. It comes mysteriously when we have seemingly lost everything, yet still feel gratitude. When a woman marries a man with a disability or who is of a different religious background or racial minority, that is where God can work miracles. True love transcends historical divisions that resulted from sin and allows happiness and heavenly fortune to find a home. The blessed marriage tradition places true love above considerations of appearance and social status. A person who develops true character and a warm heart will make a good spouse. When you meet such a person and give him or her all your love, yours becomes a worthy life indeed. The marriage blessing ceremony of the Unification Church movement is the most sacred and precious event in human history. Why? It is because the blessing imparts heavenly parents spiritual reality and allows a man and a woman to embody it as one flesh. It is the veritable marriage supper of the Lamb of which the Bible speaks. Our larger blessing ceremonies gather tens of thousands of couples, but there have been some with just 3 or 4, and once in a while, my husband and I have blessed just one couple. Thousands of our representatives blessed central families in Korea and throughout the world have also officiated blessing ceremonies. Millions of couples have received the marriage blessing. You will find these blessed families in every country. Couples composed of a Korean groom and Japanese bride, an American groom and German bride, a Senegalese groom and Filipino bride, all live in happiness. They overcome differences in language and lifestyle. The foundation for this is in the vows that blessed couples make during the blessing ceremony, that the husband and the wife will share true love and live in accordance with God's will. A vision of true womanhood. There is an old saying in the West, behind every great man is a great woman. It is true. The wife is necessary for the completion and perfection of the husband. Without his wife, a husband cannot be whole. A society in which womanhood does not complete and perfect manhood cannot give rise to a peaceful and just world. Women need to fulfill the mission of the wife as well as the mission of the mother. Both are essential to create a peaceful and just world. The mother gives birth to children and is called to raise them through their formative years. That is a right and responsibility given primarily to women. I have always been saddened by the reality of this world in which so often husbands fail to honor their wives and children fail to honor their mothers. In every age, righteous women have carried out their missions as wives and mothers in the face of hardships. Following the path of women saints of all religious traditions, the women of our unification movement, in response to the heart of true parents, have attended God while shedding their sweat and tears throughout our global village. True parents revealed the truth of the human fall and liberated women to fulfill their responsibilities as true daughters, true wives, and true mothers. In this age, by God's providence, what was previously impossible has been made possible. Women are independent beings who represent God's feminine aspect and thus make men whole. It is time for women to rise above the popular trend of trying to improve their status by imitating men. This only casts the relationship between men and women as one of competition in a culture that ignores their God-given and God-incarnating uniqueness. God designed men and women for a relationship in which each gives their divine and unique gifts to the other, and each receives the other's divine and unique gifts with true awareness and love. Women are not just men's assistants any more than men are women's assistants. Women and men need each other's protection. Through the true man-woman relationship, each perfects the other and becomes one with the other. Each is a part of the other in the creation of a greater whole, embodied as a child, as a family, as a nation, and as the world. At this time, women need to follow heaven's way, attend true parents, and become central figures who, together with men, bring forth a new world based on the culture of heart. We need to rid ourselves of fallen traits and realize the original culture, bringing to fruition the nation and world of goodness and love long sought by humanity. This begins at the center of the world, the home, where each woman embraces her husband as the embodiment of true love and raises their sons and daughters with the heart of a true parent. Based upon God's providence, my husband and I have called women to take the lead in the creation of families that embody God's original plan. Families in which the wife lives for the husband for his wife, the parents for their children, and children for their parents. Such a family will overflow with love, and God's blessings will come to stay. Women need to walk the path of a true mother and, at the same time, the path of a true wife and the path of a true daughter. Women have the magical power to create harmony and to soften hearts. Brides build bridges. The world of the future can be a world of reconciliation and peace, but only if it is based on the maternal love and affection of women. This is the true power of womanhood. The time has come for the power of true womanhood to save the world.
Thank you for listening to Godable. Visit motherofpeacebook.com to purchase the complete audiobook. Godable is made possible by listeners like you. To donate, visit godable.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother. And to share a brief reflection on this, I'd like to call on Assistant Pastor Nancy Jung.
Thank you. Yeah, today's reading was really good. I think the same theme that keeps coming up over and over and over again as we read Mother's memoir is really don't run away from painful situations. Don't run away from suffering. And I think that that's one of the most universal truths of all religions, that they teach us not to run away from our hardship, because that can really teach us something. And when we're able to endure and to come through the other side, we have such a gift of deeper understanding of purpose. And actually, when you connect with your purpose, that is where true happiness comes from. It's not like, oh, if I'm rich and all of my problems will go away, then I'll be happy. But the truth is that we experience deep happiness when we feel purpose, when we feel that we are contributing to something greater than ourselves. And I think that's why many of you guys have endured so much hardship in your life, because meeting this movement really helped you to understand that your purpose is for a higher purpose than just myself. And the other point really I felt was, what is the role of women in today's society? This point I feel like is actually so important. We're trying to figure out who women really are. And in today's society, it's going to take the divine feminine love, the love of the mother, to really heal the pain of this world. It's the mother is the one in the family who is usually so sensitive. She understands the needs of everyone. Oh, my oldest daughter, she doesn't like tomatoes, so I'm not going to give her tomatoes. My youngest daughter, she likes this, she doesn't like that. You know, very sensitive to all these little things that really make people happy or what they don't like. And that sensitivity is what we need to really heal the pain of the world, because these 2 points together, suffering and the divine feminine love of acceptance, of this deep love of I always accept you, I always love you. You can make a mistake, but I will always love you. Even if you become a murderer, even that the pain of that, of the mistakes of your child, you still love them no matter what. I still love you. That divine love is really what will heal so much of the suffering. But in order to do that, we also, I think that as Mother is asking us as women, all of the women here, that we also have to practice that acceptance and divine love first. The same way on an airplane, when the oxygen masks drop and they say, put the oxygen mask on your face first before you do your children. Because if we don't practice this divine love and acceptance, we cannot embody God's love. So to embody God's love by practicing on myself, then I can practice that love more deeply with others. So when I say to myself, when I'm struggling with something, and I think, what would I say to my daughter what if she was struggling with the same thing? What would I say to her? And then say that to myself. then when my children are struggling, I have more patience. I have more love for them. I can embrace them more easily. They don't make me so angry all the time. But it's so, so important that we, in order for us to really practice God's love, please don't forget to practice that to yourself. When you're struggling with something, oh, why am I, this is so hard. I'm so lazy. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, I'm so terrible. No, you would never say that to your child. So don't say that to yourself. We have to really practice God's love, practice feeling God's love for us, and then we can share that love with our family. And then we can really share that love with the world. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Now we're going to go into our breakout. So just take a moment to think about and to share anything that came up for you during the reading and during the reflection. And we're back here to hear one or two sharings. We'll see you all soon. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful sharing in your breakout. I'd like to first invite up Chao Yi Jen Lee to share with us his reflection.
Morning, brother, sister. Today I take away from morning devotion and also the insight from Pastor Nancy. It's regarding the mother's saying that one Japanese lady, Kapayoshi-san, blessed with a Korean husband and suffer a lot. And after praying in Cheon and got inspiration from heavenly parents to take care on behalf of heavenly parents. And the happiness does not come with the just in front of the door. It comes with mysterious after you really going through the suffering and still keep investing. And that's the divine nature that from within oneself that you needed to truly discover through that course of suffering. So that's my takeaway and appreciation from today's reading and also Pastor Nancy's sharing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chao Yi. I'd like to next call on Etsuko-san, Etsuko Kaneko, to share with us her reflection as well.
Hello.
Hello.
I really love hear from this friend how he, told us that the reflection. That was really amazing for me to hear from a second generation to understand the mother's heart. Could you like to do it? No?
I'd like to hear from you.
He said, that it's really, understand that the two mother's heart about spirit and truth. Before truth, we need to really receive that God's love on self to apply on life to love other people. So not only truth giving that new person or someone who met. Yeah, anyway, I just felt Nancy's reflection and then the two mother's reflection. I really understand that how I can hear God's voice and then together work together with God and love other people. Even that my husband and my family and other friends and co-worker, that is important. But how seriously I am asking God to come down to me, that is really, don't give for God and the spiritual to work through me. Then I need to prepare to receive that one. So it's really, Nancy told me that practice the true love. It's not easy, but it's appreciate and remind me. Thank you.
Thank you, Etsuko-san. Thank you. I heard that it's a little hard to hear me. Can you hear me any better? Hello? Okay. Yeah, so what I did share, Etsuko-san, what I did share was, you hear it from Naokimi many, many times, but it's in reading Mother's memoir, previously when I read Mother's memoir, this part didn't stick out as much as after Las Vegas. The aspect of rebirth through the motherly heart, that specific aspect. And today Mother was focusing on that. The Japanese, first of all, you had the Japanese wives who were witnessing during that time period had to leave their children, and it sort of hit me more that Mother has been talking about this for quite some time now, and they were now realizing it. And the point is about, you heard Naokimi mention before that, and this is based on what Mother says. She said, birth and rebirth is 99.999% through the motherly heart. And it's like, what does that mean, right? As a question, what does that mean? The first example that came to mind was, the sperm and the egg, and the sperm fertilizes the egg, and then from there is the mother who nurtures the child till the child is born, right? Every single limb, because based on what the mother eats. And so applying that to the unification movement and growth, what was coming up, and this has been shared multiple times, but it's around the point on, on how do we witness, how do we bring about transformation in someone's lives? And for many years, it's been led by the truth, right? You meet someone and you speak about divine principle, and the principle is meant to transform someone's lives. But recently, I've been going through the Why I Joined podcast, and one thing that kept sticking out was it wasn't necessarily primarily principle, but a lot of them, so Dr. Ward and Susan, had to do with the culture and the community and the friendships that were made with the community that enabled them to open their hearts to receive even certain parts of principle. And so, the love aspect is very important. I'm sure many of you can understand that part where you're taking care of a guest, and it's really your love for them that opens your hearts to receive anything that's to be shared about principle. And so that's the motherly aspect that's coming, that Mother is referring to. How can we lead with the Spirit instead of just the truth? Lead with the Spirit first, and that's what this new dispensation, this new providence is all about, right? And so that's why Mother has started with the Cheon one. So yeah, just listening to this section of Mother's memoir makes it very clear what she's been trying to say from 2019 when the book was released, and now we're finally kind of understanding what this new dispensation is about. So yeah, that's what I shared, and I took up a lot of the time here. And now we're gonna go straight into our Cheon Shim one prayer. Actually, Pastor Naokimi is going to be flying to Vegas. He's going to be flying to Vegas today. So we have the Women's Federation Cheon Shim one Rebirth workshop happening now, and then after that, next week will be kind of a pastors educators group, and after that will be more open to the general membership. I know some of you have been asking. Damien, Reverend Dunkley is also going to be coming to the sub-regions to host these workshops as well. So you can expect that. We have no details yet, but he did want to come to the sub-regions. That way, I know that flying to Vegas is also expensive. So we'll try to figure out a way in which everybody can be a part of that workshop. So that is it for announcements. And at this time, I'd like to call on our assistant pastor, Atushi Takino, if he's the one going to be given the representative prayer, after which we will do a unison prayer all together.
Hi, good morning, brothers and sisters. Yeah, so today also we have many youth and Reverend Higuchi couple also joined to our morning Cheon Shim one prayer visit. Like Pastor Naokimi sharing is actually truth is like kind of the masculinity aspect, but as all other things is a femininity aspect, including prayer. So like a Cheon Shim one, like a mother's womb. So when you come to the Cheon Shim one, that you can rebirth through mother's womb. So I like to ask the Reverend Higuchi to pray today. Good morning, brothers and sisters, and please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents, thank you. Very appreciate, grateful this time Mother gave us this Cheon Shim one, God's directly dominion. He is be with us. Thank you. I really appreciate. This time we have gathered together on this morning and okay with brothers and sisters, reading Mother's the autobiography. She mentioned about the blessing, how great our blessing is, how much appreciate this interracial marriage to overcome all difficulty, historical resentment, all that we are taking responsibility to overcome, to repay all indemnity as much as we could, all the overcome those difficulties, tremendous difficult situations. All blessed family has it, much more than the non-unification church peoples. We have more difficulties because we are the paying indemnity of historical or the resentment. That we understood, Father, don't worry, we can overcome and we can make differences this world to build heaven on earth on this centenarian God and the true love, which become example of the true love, the true family, to show your love to the communities. Thank you. I'm really grateful this time. Gathering all the brothers and sisters pray together. I pray in my name, Luke Higuchi, President family. Aju.
Aju. Let us now all, you can feel free to unmute and offer unison prayer together.
Heavenly, our heavenly parents and our eternal true parents, Father, we are truly grateful, truly thankful that you have given us a new day, 12th day of our come before you this morning, our heavenly parents. Thank you so much for allowing us to become of the spirit of restitution centered on our Father, more on earth, representing God of God, we adore them.
We kept walking.
And now we're finally understanding more and more of you, more and more of your heart, more of who you are, Heavenly Parent, what you've been from the very beginning, and Father, we haven't been able to realize this for so long. God of love.
So many years, not understanding your heart.
Standing on the truth,
Father. Really our parents. Really our parents. You children. Why are there so many now? Why are so many people?
There is. Nothing but gratitude.
Our heavenly Father, that you are alive.
Every one of our lives.
Abandon you, forsake you,
there are so many struggles. Away from you.
Betray you, Father. They betray your love. Disappointing you, beloved. Have to go through. We have to do everything. You man in my mouth.
We are this time to resolve to hearts, in our minds,
Every day,
individuals, that your heart, your spirit. Wherever we go, we do. Experience each and every one of our interactions. Then when they see us, they see you. They hear us, they hear you. Around strongly together with others.
Direct our minds and
Inspiration that can
guide us as a family.
and hard to be able to listen where we can reach.
Guide us as a blessing. propitiation for His mercy, that we can have the courage, we can have the complacency to let the angels of the world, Father, know the existence of our true parent, the true parent in our life. We must be able to be. Let every single soul listening on the show realize that the true parent are here helping.
Aju. All right, so that about wraps up today's morning hundoke. Today is day 7. So day 7 is when humans were created. How about that? It's when Adam and Eve were created, and tomorrow is when God will rest. Actually, I'm sorry. It is the day God rested. It is the day God rested. That was completely wrong. The day humans were created. But with that, thank you all for joining. You'll have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Morning.
Have a good day.